Hi, good evening, everyone. We had a budget presented by our Finance Minister Nirmalasitharaman ji on ninth consecutive time, and we have to congratulate her for that because she is the first person who has done consecutively ninth term. And apart from that, what we have seen is a budget which was very much focused on Vikasit Bharat and what the roadmap has been given in the last few years, like 2047. India has to be a superpower or a developed nation, and accordingly, the planning has been done in the budget, especially by giving stress more on infrastructure. Infrastructure, because infrastructure spending is a long term event and long term capital which can be deployed only by the government. And they are clearly telling that we are ready to give you a facility for the success of nation by providing great infrastructure. Be prepared and make use of it and contribute more to our economy. That is the clear message. What they are given: seven high-speed rails have been announced, new road infrastructure has been announced, sea route, that is a blue roads which they call it, and apart from that, as we know, there are two industries which have been focused. One was defense. We are already becoming self-reliant on that, and we are moving ahead on that. And the same thing we have seen in the defense stocks in the last 7 to 8 years continuously. And railway infrastructure, same way, the stock have been already given good returns. Same way, the semiconductor industry, which I have last year also told about it. This year also they are clearly given, that is called, they call it as 2.0 now. So new measures have been given. Now more and more semiconductor industries will be set up. So keep this in mind. It's a job opportunity, business opportunity. So kindly just observe that. Okay. So if you are related to electronic industry, grab this opportunity. If you are a student and want to study engineering, look for this industry. Okay, this is one. With regard to medical, biopharmacy, which they call it, uh, and medical tourism, which has been focused because of high costs in abroad countries. The same thing can be promoted here so that our medical institutions can provide better facility to foreign citizens at an affordable cost. For that again, and in that they have reduced some critical illness, especially cancer related drugs, import duty on that. That is great news for medical patients of that. And coming to institutions, three institutions for Ayurvedic, three main institutions. See, that is the our Indian medical system, which is called as Ayurveda, was backed off. But in the last 5 6 years, the boost up has been given continuously. And this year, again, by setting up three institutions, they are giving more focus on that. That is a great news, because we need to take care of our own medical system by borrowing the good things from others, but still we should not forget our medical system, which is Ayurveda. And coming to markets, market was falling today. It was due. Market is in a correction mode because it is like this: India is in a growth mode, world is in realignment mode. So we don't know what exactly will happen. But what we can confidently say is that supremacy that was there for US will definitely lose in the coming days. And who will be the leader? That we will wait and watch. But what I feel myself is like India, I have always focused saying that, and very confident on that. India will be a superpower and developed nation with a much better acceptance worldwide. This I can confidently say. We will be lucky people to see that. That is a blessings for us. And more is like we will be getting more opportunity to be a part of that. Okay, that is very important. With regard to fiscal deficit, all that, see, there is a mild growth of budget size. It is around 53 lakh crores now. So last year it was around 50 lakh crores. So 3 lakh crore growth is there. Whereas one concerning issue is like the payment of interest has been around 40%, 42%, 43%. When it during COVID period, it shoot up to 42, 43%, and they are trying to manage that. That is one concern. That will in coming days over the period, that will also come down, because we are spending more on infrastructure, which is immediately we want to see the returns. So once the time happens, the benefits will start pouring in. As a individual, there are no much changes in taxation except decriminalization, which was already there. And good news is the new income tax policy has come up in force from 1st April. So that is great news, because it has got the sections have been reduced, so compliance will be much better. And with regard to some TDS changes, small changes are there. But market, what has happened? They introduced, not introduced, they have increased STT by marginally. So that has created some shake off in the market. Apart from that, there is one issue which was focused, that is buyback of shares. Companies were using this tool as a some wrong way. So to curb that, they have brought in taxation on that. So buyback of shares has created a little bit impact on the market. But in the process, if you see, we are in a correction mode. We can go down by another 1,500 points, or we may be in the range bound for next 6 to 8 months. But by the end of the year, we may start seeing the upturn. So just observe that. Don't leverage in the market. Be in your limits. Okay, trade and invest as per your capability. Don't overtrade. Okay, this is one caution I can give you. Even one more thing, woman empowerment, she mart, self-help group marts. Okay, they call it as she. So that can be set up by the self-help groups. That is one more great news. And apart from this, if you see state-wise and all, as a Karnataka, we don't have much benefits from this budget. Definitely, there is a opposite governments. It is a most common thing that will happen. And moreover, as a common person, we should look into opportunities which will be coming up. When they announce some policies, the policy announcement when happens and the implementation, there will be a gap of that around 2 years. And once that policy comes into force, within 3 years, the demand for that will start. So as a kid or as a parent, you should look for such opportunities. Which are the sectors that will come up, which will have a growth on like that. I spoke about semiconductor industry earlier. I used to spoke about railways, defense. They are continuing. Apart from that, this has come up now. And agricultural, food processing, that is also in the running stage. So these are the few sectors which will have much benefits. So look for opportunities in those segments. If you come across anything else, just observe the depth of the budget and look for opportunities. That is what I suggest. And coming to the importance of budget, I think nowadays the budget has lost importance, because the major announcements are happening in between. Recently, we got Europe and India agreement, which will be implemented in coming year or by the end of the year. So that is a huge change that will happen, and a lot of industries will get shaken, or we will some of the industries will get a benefit of markets. What Trump was threatening, that has been set off using European markets. So that is the biggest achievement by Indian government. I appreciate on that, because it was pending since 2008-9, around 2000, below 2010. So with that, I think it was more of a procedural budget, not impactful, but in line with Vikasit Bharat. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving me opportunity, Sri Charan. As we have been doing this for the last 5 years, hope to see in the coming future. Thank you.